I hope. Come on, give me numbers. There we go. I think I'm going to play Primordial Invoker in front of the Grove Matriarch, see if I can get lucky. Is that really what I want to do? Alternatively, I could throw the Glider in 1, Dirge Banshee and Infernal Visage 2. The Glider lives, heals enough that it survives the Seedling. Sapling at this stage. That's what I should do. Yeah, I think so. Probably a bad idea. No, that's what I'm going to do. It's still a bad idea, but that's what I'm going to do. Because now he has to overwrite the Sapling to kill the Umbra Glider, or do some sort of buff. Otherwise, the Umbra Glider just gets to move again. And this Dirge Banshee is significant. Eat the Sapling, drop a real blocker. Yeah. So I drop Zrath and Glider. Clear that Corpse Crawler and live just barely. May turn out to be a mistake. Probably is, but we'll see. And I lost Hero's Kage. Disappointing. That will clear the Corpse Crawler. That will shrink the Glider enough to clear it. Let's drop the Stormcaller to clear the Corpse Crawler, and Scourge Hydra, obviously pinging Stormcaller. Battle and in turn. Darn it. Why didn't I put the Scourge Hydra in 1? I know I've got the Infernal Visage 3 in the deck. That was dumb. That was really dumb. Yeah, that was really dumb on my part. I'm going to go ahead and push some damage here. Do I? Or do I just do that? I'm obviously going to play the Razor 2 Stalker. And I think I'm just going to play the Scourge Hydra, Ping's Wrath, of course. I've got a pretty solid board position, even though I missed a nice Infernal Visage there. I still have Infernal Visage 3 in the deck and leveled up some more cards, so it's not the end of the world. Who else is streaming right now that I haven't picked up hardly any viewers? La 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 la. Following. Hectares is on Plucky Heroes. Interesting. Well, Plucky Hero is always nice to see him getting some viewers. What did my opponent just do? He dropped Venom Fang, poisoned the Scourge Hydra, so it's doomed. Okay, that works. Let's go ahead and click Battle. Throws Wrath in lane 5. Move Razortooth over. Throw Glutton in lane 4. In turn. Maybe I should have thrown the Ambusher there. Not sure. But I feel like I'm in pretty good shape at this point. And I want the guaranteed damage. Because I'm getting close to Howl range. And I have a Howl here, so... I win. If this weren't already lethal... Actually, I'm not sure. Is it lethal? Yeah, exact. Good game, Dark Knight. You were pretty much all in on your Snowdrift Alpha, and you didn't see Snowdrift 3. And I handled Snowdrift 2 without it getting an activation. So sorry. Where is everybody tonight? Has Solforge lost that many of its players? Kind of fear for its future right now, in all honesty. I enjoy the game, but it seems like it's losing players instead of gaining players. Now, maybe the upcoming UI improvement will help that. We will see. Nobody knows when it's actually going to come. Volcanic Giant in 4. Don't like it, but I think it's the only play I've really got. Man. Here I probably open lane Ambusher and Crypt Slime in front of the Calamity Fiends. I definitely open lane the Ambusher and Crypt Slime in front of the Calamity Fiends. Might have been better served to throw the Crypt Slime in 5. Not entirely certain about that. Here I just doubles Wrath. Take 21 from that Ambusher though. That's kind of painful. I just don't have an answer for it. Blightwalker, very nice answer. I could Bitterfrost it, save my Ambusher. I don't know that I like that. I'd rather not level Bitterfrost and level 2's Wraths. So I'm going to do exactly that, level 2's Wraths. Push 5, take 7. That was just an even trade. Oh, good. If he kills the Crypt Slime, which I fully expect him to do, I can drop Corpse Crawler to clear the Ambusher and eat the 1/1 Oozling. And then drop Scourge Hider damaging Wrath or Primordial Invoker, seeing what I can get damage on and kill. Post-combat, obviously, if I go that route. Because the Ambusher has to be dead. The doubles Wrath play, though, is kind of painful. Because now he has to have 6 attack creatures to clear them, or they do nothing. Dirge Banshee also evenly trades with the Ambusher, which is nice. This'll Brute, drop something in 5 that clears the Wrath. Yeah. Battle. I really like the Corpse Crawler into Primordial Invoker play. Maybe the Scourge Hider is better, but actually the Dirge Banshee is probably the best play. It levels fairly well. It handles this Ambusher. No, if I'm going to go Banshee, I go Scourge Hider. Scourge Hider is a better card. That would be a 5/5. Yeah, I'm going to go this route. Scourge Hydra. Yeah, Scourge Hydra. King's Wrath. Battle. Mize Wrath dies. And then drop Primordial Invoker. 1 and 3. Perfect. In turn. And this hand kind of sucks. Fortunately, I've got a good board state. Because the hand really does kind of suck. No rank 2s. I understand Ethabubith. 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 I have to work most days too, so having a lot of people at work makes perfect sense. It is only 5:30 my time, which means 4:30 Mountain Time and 3:30 Pacific Time. But what about all those Eastern Time Zone folks who are at currently 6:30? Or sorry, 7. No, it's 6:30 my time. So those people are at 7:30. Mountain is 5:30, and Pacific is 4:30. Only Pacific and Mountain really have an excuse. At least a work-related excuse. Welcome back, Heroes Kage and Vandergus. I'm mostly kidding around with the time zone and where everybody is stuff. I just worry about the game. Fine. Well. Well, I can play a Primordial Invoker too. That's actually not necessarily going to be a bad play, because that Ambusher is going to be at 3 health. Primordial Invoker is definitely too random to see and too weak to see any constructed play, but it's kind of interesting here in the draft environment. Throw down the Invoker to start with and see what happens. Seems like a good plan. Calamity Fiend to clear the Sorrow Harvester. Battle, push my 6, clear the Ambusher. Was hoping to clear the Ambusher with the Invoker, but that didn't happen. Because then in that scenario, I would have just completely ignored the Sorrow Harvester and played the Volcanic Giant in mid. But so far this is working out. I keep generating slight card advantage the further this goes. Which is saying something, since I've only gotten 2 rank 2 so far. Yeah, 2 rank 2s. I didn't even play both of them, because I passed on the Volcanic Giant. That may come back to haunt me later. We will see. Ah! I wish Firelight Hunter was 5 instead of 4. Excellent. That's about the best hand I could have hoped for on 2.3. 2.4, rather. And he has a really bad hand here if he's dropping a Wind Primordial in front of the Calamity Fiend. Oof. Zrath in lane 5. Scourge Hydra pinging. Oh, I guess Zrath. Push my 11 in turn. That turn was really strong for me. Really, really strong. And this is a pretty good 3.1. Particularly since I'm on the play. I got the first 3.1, so that 17-17 pretty much has to be answered immediately or he dies. Da-doop-da-doop. Hey, J. Roy, how's it going? Long time no see, man. That's not a bad play. It's not a terribly great play given my hand, but not bad. Going to throw the Ambusher. Make it 12-13, growing towards 12. 15, minus 8, 12, 7, 12, 9 before it gets back to my turn. But I think it's better than any of the other plays, so we'll get this down to a manageable state. 9 health is not insurmountable for me to pull off. And look, I have a 9 health, 9 attack creature. Assuming my math is all correct. If it's not, I've got an 11 attack creature. I know it's not going to have more than 11 health. In fact, I probably would rather play the Graveborn Glutton given the life totals. With him at 23, minus 17, Glutton is potentially lethal. I throw Glutton. I throw Scourge Hydra, Pinging Glutton. And let's see. And 5. Almost lethal. 1 off. Hey, Killer Monkey. That's fine. Glad to see you. Calamity Fiend wins me the game by clearing the Oozling. Good game raced. And chomp chomp. I had a really strong 2.4 and 3.1 that game to just run away with it there at the end. We were pretty close before that, but he had a bad 3.1, and I had a good 2.4 and 3.1. All right, I'm going second, so that means Zrath into Scourge Hydra. That's a pretty strong start, particularly when I have a Visage in the deck, and I'll be putting those in lanes 1 and 5 in all likelihood. If he plays a particularly big threat, I'll put one of them in front of it, but in all likelihood it's going to be 1 and 5. Well, let's see. Prodigium, what shall you do, sir? What will you do? For anybody that is wondering, this is an expert draft, so tickets and elite tickets are on the line here. The elite tournament is coming up this coming Saturday for anybody interested. The prize, the alt art prize, is the alt art Scythe of Chiron, or Chiron. I feel like it's pretty lackluster, but it's still a free legendary if you don't have them, compared with this. It's a very simple recolor with much stronger tones of orange in 1 and 2 and green in 3. That having been said, if you don't already have a playset of Scythe, it's a great deal. 20 elite tickets for a guaranteed Scythe. Ooh. Well, I stand by my statement of 1 and 5. And there's the Infernal Visage. How nice. If he manages to kill my Scourge Hydra, this will be interesting. If he doesn't manage to kill my Scourge Hydra, it still was interesting, but okay, it's just this is pretty strong no matter what. Poison Coil. Too bad Infernal Visage means it dies. Now I have a choice. Yeah, it's not really a choice. I drop Zrath in front of Venom Fang and Infernal Visage. I'll clear the coil. My Scourge Hydra is functionally a 9/4 with no poison, so it just he's going to have to throw something in front of it to kill it. Venom Fang will scratch Zrath, and then it will heal it almost all. But the 7/8 Zrath with regen 5 is what's really terrifying on this board. That's going to take some work to kill that. And there's not a lot that can do it outside of Blightwalker in an effective manner. Now, if you can kill the other Zrath, that helps, because then it goes down to region 3. But then he's putting cards into that and not into killing Scourge Hydra or Zrath in 5. This has been a very strong start to this game for me. Also, for anybody paying attention, this is why if you're not playing Necrium, you do not open lane your turn 1 creatures in lane 1 or 5. If he hadn't done that, the Gox would still be alive, because I would have done exactly the same thing, and he would have gotten more cards and potentially more outs. On the other side of that equation, I'd have a 9/8 Scourge Hydra on the board. But his Gox would have survived another 2 turns. Probably died to the Zrath for free. Maybe. Might have waited another turn to see what I got. But in any event, he played it in lane 1, which leads to the board state we're at now. I cleared the Poison Coil for functionally free, which is just painful for him. Again, why you don't use things as a blocker when you don't have to. Things like Poison Coil, which have an activation and the Defender status to protect them. Well, that clears my other Zrath and the Scourge Hydra. That was a very effective play. And a Venomous Netherscale. Well, if that isn't terrifying. Honestly, I want to do Primordial Invoker. The card is a lot of fun. What can I say? And I got 2 damage on it. If I'd known I was going to get 2, I would put that there, but not knowing that, we will just block the Scourge Hydra and, of course, ping Zrath, because he'll heal it all back. And I take a 25-point lead into turn 1.4. And because I'm ahead, this is obviously Ambusher and Razortooth Stalker just to press the advantage. I can almost ignore whatever he plays, because whatever he plays is going to have to go towards trying to get control of the board in lanes 4 and 5. Sky Knight, that actually gets damage on Zrath. We'll be at 6. Ah, no, he clears it. I'm impressed. Ambusher, and now my quandary. Do I block with Razortooth Stalker, or do I open lane it? If I open lane it, I think I open lane it. I don't see how I can really block with it here. Blocking with it increases the likelihood that it can get through, but the 3 damage mitigates it. But we're going into rank 2, so the 7 health isn't that much either. Yeah, I go ahead and block with it. If we were earlier in player level 2, this block would not happen. But since we're going into player level, if we're earlier in player level 1, that block wouldn't happen. Because I want my Razortooth Stalker's health to grow fast enough that it gets out of kill range of rank 1 creatures. However, since we are now in rank 2, he has plenty of options just to kill the Razortooth, even with 7 health after it grows. So this way I get to clean up a creature and much more likely be able to actually get through for damage. Well, when he Venom Fangs, that's another story, but you know what they say. You win some, you lose some. We use Wrath and Deathseeker. Battle, get my 7. Oh, excellent. I don't see any way he lets the Ambusher live. He probably chump blocks it with level 1 and poisons it. And poisons it? No, he poisons Wrath. Interesting choice. I'm fine with it, but interesting nonetheless. And now he poisons the Ambusher. I play my 2 rank 2s. I drop Razortooth in middle and Infernal Visage. Unfortunately, Draft doesn't completely heal this turn because he took 5 and is only healing 3. And there's the concession. Yeah, that Infernal Visage was wrecking him that game. I think I did draw better than him in player level 2, but Infernal Visage took negative trades to positive trades in multiple lanes multiple times, so that's really hard to come back from. All right, let's see if I can go 4-0. That'd be a great way to start out the night. Welcome, Bacon Poet and Mongo Smash. Off to a 3-0 start in this queue. Excellent. Like I said, I haven't really played any Constructed in 3 weeks now. I don't know what the Constructed queue looks like. I'm kind of afraid it's all Herald and Phytobomb combos, which I find very uninteresting. I do have a Windspark deck that I'm running. You can tell I joined the queue and then circumstances prevented me from actually playing. Windspark Element, Malice Hermits, and Rage of Cadris. Basically, it's a Rage deck with Malice Hermit and Windspark Elemental. Which is stronger, a Mongo Smash or a Hulk Smash? This is something to ponder and get back to me on. Okay. Depending upon what he plays, I'm probably dropping Srath in 1 and Razortooth in 4. If he plays a threat that I really need to deal with, I might throw the Primordial Invoker. Let's see if we can just Infernal Visage this one out of control again before we get very far into it. So you think that your Smash would be stronger than Edward Norton's Smash, which is what a real Hulk Smash would be since he's the current incarnation of the Hulk. Okay, new plan. Zrath. Oh wait, no, it's exactly the same plan because I can't do anything about that Razortooth. And Razortooth. Excellent. Scourge Hydra is exactly what I wanted to see here. And Infernal Visage. That makes it even better. Yes, I meant Mark Ruffalo. Edward Norton is what? 1 incarnation ago? 2 incarnations ago? Yeah. I know better than that. Huh, I wouldn't have done that, but okay. Move Razortooth to 5. Scourge Hydra to clear his Razortooth. I don't know. I'm going to damage my Razortooth. I don't like it. But I have to damage something. Maybe I should have damaged Zerath. It might have been better, but with the growth and from the Visage and the regen, he's outside of the range of the Avalanche Guardian. If I damaged Zerath, Zerath would have died. Which is why I didn't want to do that. That does put a bit of a quandary on his Avalanche Guardian. The creatures he could effectively kill are on the wrong side of the board. That's an even trade. I'm fine with that. Downside to that play is Razortooth Stalker is now kind of locked in. Kind of expected that. Now Razortooth Stalker is not locked in, which is good for me. There's that. Nicely done, sir. 4 damage. I can clear Venom Fang if I want. You're obviously moving over. Question is, do I want to? Would I rather throw Dirge Banshee and Graveborn Glutton? Or Umbra Glider, for that matter. I think it's going to be Dirge Banshee in 5 and Graveborn Glutton in 2. And that Razor Tooth is a 10-6. That's beatable. He can clear it with a single card at this point. Hey, Magician 12! Got all my backers joining me tonight. Or all my donators and contributors to the stream. J. Roy, Magician 12, and Killer Monkey. Thank you one and all for contributing to the stream and the nifty webcam by which everyone can view me. I like Calamity Fiend a lot here because it saves the Glutton. And Volcanic Giant because there's nothing else in this hand I really want to play. I don't want to sacrifice something to Corpse Crawler because I don't have a good sack target. Going into player level 2, I have a decent board state. It's not spectacular. I know I've got 4 lanes to none, but they're 4 weak lanes. None of the creatures are particularly strong. And if he drops 2 rank 2 creatures, it's going to hurt. Oh look, he dropped 2 rank 2 creatures. Fortunately, this is why I draft 6+ drops. They play cleanup to these rank 2s. And unfortunately, I just went 4 for 2, best case on this scenario, and took 8 damage, which I believe is maximum off of Volcanic 2. Yep. Excellent. Drop Glutton and Calamity Fiend as kind of a no-brainer play. Yes, Mongo Smash. You can blame or thank, however you prefer, them. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Fortunately, I can block out the Razor Tooth Stalker. He would have been a lot better served to wait post-combat and drop Razor Tooth in 4. He does, unfortunately for me, have a... who's it? A Windweaver. So that's not a guarantee that this will... I'll be able to block it out. 2 and 2. I figured I'd take the gamble and see if I could get it down to a 6 health. By doing that, it does put it in kill range for the Calamity Fiend, though, which is good. So that means that if he wants it to live and does not have the Windweaver, he has to move it over to hit the Primordial Invoker, which he does. Avalanche Guard, that's an even trade, unless he buffs it, which he could, or poisons, that works too. Battle. Dirge Banshee to take out the Stalker. Scourge Hydra in 5, Pain Volcanic Giant, because it's dead anyways. Battle in turn. And we're into player level 3. And I have 0 level 3 cards in hand. How many do I have in the deck? I should have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. They're not the strongest, though. I'm kind of concerned about that. Bitterfrost saves the Dirge Banshee. And then I open Lane's Wrath and ignore the Stormcaller for now. Howl of Zith did me no good there, obviously. And another Avalanche Guardian. That's painful. And it's an active attacking Avalanche Guardian. Awesome. Zrath is dead, so if I drop Scourge Hydra, it can ping Zrath, because, yeah. And I'll Glutton in front of Stormcaller. I don't like doing that. I'd rather wait for something, a bad hand, but hopefully I don't draw a bad hand. And I can't let him sit there and hit me for another 22. Just too much damage. Oh, gosh. Dirge Banshee clears the Avalanche Guardian. Calamity Fiend shrinks off the Stalker so that it dies. And the Scourge Hydra lives, so that's something. Again, why you don't block with something like an Avalanche Guardian. In hindsight, I might should have put the Calamity Fiend in lane 1, so that if I draw my Visage, I can actually play it. And I only had Volcanic Giant left for rank 3s. That's not particularly good. Got 6 damage. That's a potential clear on the Mauler. I obviously have to kill this Seedling. Which means I drop Glider, Battle, and drop Primordial Invoker in front of the Mauler. Yeah. Clearing the Seedling because it improves the odds of Primordial Invoker actually being able to clear the Mauler. It failed miserably. It split it 5 and 1 in the wrong direction. But I still feel pretty good about my board state now. I've got significant life advantage. The Umbra Glider should be able to get through for 11. Calamity Fiend will be able to clear up the Mauler that he just dropped. And Graveborn Glutton could very easily seal it. Ooh, nice. Calamity Fiend still... Let me make sure it's -5, -5. No, -4, -4. Okay. -4, -4. Shrink that Mauler off the board. Glutton in front of the other Mauler. Hit 11 and some Glutton damage. Now Howl is lethal. Graveborn Glutton can be lethal. This one is better than 50% lethal. And he activates another Avalanche Guardian. I don't have a Necri or Tempest card, or I'd play the Drake here. If I have a Tempest card, Drake has mobility and is lethal in all 3 of these lanes. That is potentially game. Couple of ways. Actually, that's pretty much guaranteed to be game. Because between the Glutton damage and the Primordial Invoker damage, he's just going to die. He has to block the Glutton. He may need to move the Avalanche Guard over and block the Calamity Fiend with a chump blocker. But he has to block the Glutton. There's no way for him... Well, there might be a way for him to clear both and keep the Avalanche Guardian alive, but I doubt it. I also don't think it really matters because I think I have lethal in hand. We'll see, but nice try. Let's go ahead and see how much I can get off the Primordial Invoker. 3, so this Glutton kills him guaranteed. Good game. I only got 3 damage, so I did need the, or 2 damage, gosh. Did need the Invoker damage there. And that is a 4-0 draft. That was quite fun. Let's give it another whirl. Expert